two-time world 9-ball champion, one of only 3 players to win the world 9-ball championship 2 times. So he has to play safe, but he has left that on. And let's see what Aranas has in his bag here.
Yeah, this is a good open long shot for Aranas, taking no time as he just floats that 2-ball in like it's over the pocket, Ted.
Kind of the way you shoot him, Carl.
Mango in the heart of the pocket, Ted, don't be silly. So the 5-ball is going to cause a little bit of concern. It's not a complete hanger, this. There's distance between cue ball and the ball is hitting, and also there's distance between the 5 and the 8. Yeah, that needed a bit more care for me. That was no hanger. A hanger is what we refer to as a very, very easy shot, something that Ted would probably pot.
Gee, thanks. There's Matt Edwards. Had a good run here at the US Open. Had a good run a few weeks ago at the Masters. He's really improved his game.
Yeah, so did his girlfriend. She had Ralph Suke tied at 5-5 at one point. So the mistake combo from Aranas has given the hitman this first golden opportunity. And I think it's fair to say players have had table time now, and we're deep into day 3, so these quality matchups are coming thick and fast. Corey Jewell, the Prince of Pool, former US Open champion, he's bowed out in losers round 6 to Fortunski from Poland. He's a dangerous player.
Well, the Polish squad having some success here at the US Open as Hohmann grabs the first rack off that missed 5-ball by James Aranas of the Philippines. And not surprising to see the Polish contingent doing well. They've got a great program in Poland. Pool is a very popular sport. It does get support from the government, and that's always a good thing, as you know, Carl, because you got 0 support from your government.
Absolute zero.
It was 0.
Yeah, it was all out of my own pocket.
Look at that shot right there from Teutsch to tie it up with Chang Jun-Lin, and he is pumped.
Ted, you sound pumped today. What have you been on?
Well, I mean, that's a reason to get pumped. To make a combo on the 9 like that.
Judgment Day gets Ted very excited, and there's Mike Deshane. He didn't play his best pool on the arena table. We've seen that once or twice. Looks like he's trying to give his number out. I'm not sure if he's going to succeed there.
He's working it, though. So Thorsten Hohmann, we'll keep you up to date on that Chang Jun-Lin match. That's a very interesting development. And that would be a bit of an upset to see Chang go out, but they're tied at 9 over there. He's got the 1 and the 2 down. The 1 kicked in by the 3, but no clear shot on the 3.
Yeah, I would expect Thorsten to be one of these types of players who falls into that top bracket of fantastic breaker of the balls, to be honest. Pretty good safety shot there as well, so strong start for the Hitman.
Oh, shot.
Wow,
Ball in
that's
hand.
a poor effort from James Aranas. Maybe having a little trouble settling down here on the TV table. Tyler Steyer still alive with an 11-8 win over Chris Alexander, who exits the tournament.
Yeah, not seen much of James play, and he likes to get on with it, so I expect this to be quite a quick match. Ximeng Cheng falls 2 behind in that match. She's trailing 5-3.
Well, the only other Filipino who's undefeated, well, the only Filipino that's undefeated right now is Jeffrey DeLuna, who will be coming up in a little while. They'll be playing Lu Hai Tao.
This is nice speed control from Thorsten. Coming round off a couple of rails to land right in behind this 8, shoot up top. That kind of shot's kind of unmissable on a 9-ball pool table, so 2-0.
Toasty, as we call him, he's got another one on the board. So 2 errors by Aranas and 2 points for
Cheers, thank you.
Hohmann. That's the way it normally works in 9-ball. 1 error usually spells doom in the rack. So here we are tied. Chang Jin-lun and Marco Teucher. But Teucher's at the table.
Yeah, that's a tight match there. You can just sense the tension has just crept up a notch in the arena. We're approaching crucial matches now. It's make or break time. Who's going to make the final 16?
3 Americans are undefeated. Dennis Hatch will be taking on Shane Van Boning. Got to figure Van Boning a heavy favorite in that one. But Hatch, I think he's just enjoying himself out here, and that's always a dangerous opponent when a guy maybe is playing without a care in the world. Oh, and a good safety from Teucher, and Chang Jin-lun fouls.
Yeah, huge rack coming up that one. And here we go, the Hitman's break. 1 ball, disappears. And I think he can just get to the edge of the 2. It's very tight, there's a couple of balls. Is there a gap? Does he have to kick top rail? Keep the cue ball there behind the 8 if he's kicking. No, he could see it. So this works well. Speed looks good as well. Nice shot there from Thorsten.
Matusz Nagatsky at 9-5 over David Alcady, the Whirlpool Master Champion. And Hohmann's compatriot, the great Ralph Suke, 6-5 over Kurebayashi of Japan. You see a replay of the 4-ball, nicely done, all the way up table. So he's also deposited the 5 in the side. And Hohmann well on his way to taking a commanding 3-0 lead. Well, when it's got to slow down. Okay.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
that
be a
shouldn't
problem.
cause him too many problems. Roman Heibler, man on a mission. He's through to the left side of the bracket, round 7. No more Johan Chua. So at the moment, it's not looking good for the Filipinos, Ted.
Well, we've got Jeffrey Ignacio will be going up against Yang Ching-shun, the veteran.
So this is a big shot coming up for Marco. He knows he's playing one of the top 4 players in the world, and he's tied at 9-9. This one's a little thin. It's all about pace.
You can tell from his body language he's really in the zone. He is focused on the task at hand. Look out.
That might be okay. Depends how far the 8 balls run down. Quite difficult to see from here, but my instinct tells me that's good enough. So it looks like he's going to get on the hill in that match. Big moments. So he's had come round table. Where's the cue ball? He's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's good enough, you know. There's a good shot there.
Well, when Thorsten gets going, he can be very intimidating. 2-time world 9-ball champion. World straight pool champion. And Teucher on the hill against Chang Junlin, breaking for the upset.
There you see again, Thorsten's break, pocketing the 1 ball. So certain players have got this break down to a T. Other players are struggling.
Oh, wow. James Aranas could soon be down 4-0.
Is he trying to pocket the 9, or is that not on? Is he just making sure of the 4? 5 ball's kind of over the pocket. Yeah, he was just making sure he stopped the cue ball exactly where the 9 was. So that was a useful shot there.
I was saying that Jeffrey Ignacio, Aranas' compatriot, 4-0 up on Yang Ching-shun.
Thorsten sporting the Apple Watch there. Better make sure nobody rings you. Crikey.
Thorsten's always got the latest high-tech gadget. I know a lot of people have them, but I'm sure that's the latest one. I also think Thorsten perhaps logs in more miles than any player in the world. Guy is constantly traveling.
Yeah, I don't think Thorsten has a house. I think he just travels the globe, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of the few players that actually makes a decent living in the pool world. It's a tough go to be a pro. Now, Marco Teucher, you can see just fired up. Can he see the one?
Yeah, 2-ball. I think the 2-ball will go. 5 balls in a funky spot. So he can see the 1, and I think he's on the 2, so big moments. What wasn't his best positional shot though, leaving the cue ball there. Marco, a player that likes to take his time, make sure. Back to the action though, the hitman.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date on that match between Teucher and Chang Junlin, as Teucher attempts to close out the great Taiwanese for the big upset.
So the major problem in this rack would be the 6-ball. If he lands low on this 3-ball off his next shot, he can possibly break them out and open the rack up. All depends on where the cue ball lands off this shot. That's what he's trying, and I think he's in a good spot here, so he'd love to just flick the right hand side of the 9-ball. That'll just flick that over towards the left. Cue ball will come in the middle of the table and open the 6 up. Hit the wrong ball, didn't he? So now he's left a thin shot on this 4-ball.
Well, that was well done. And rightly so, he gets a round of applause from the crowd here around our TV table. And this match is slowly but surely getting away from James Aranas, as Thorsten, wow,
That was a loose shot,
a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for James Aranas here with that shot. Or positional play by Hohmann.
Is he still looking at trying to cut this ball? This is super thin. Or is he just trying to chip off the edge? Well, I cannot believe he's overcut it. That's quite incredible.
So, poor positional play on that 7 ball has led to Aranas getting back at the table. And just in time. 5-0 would have been a very big hole to climb out of. Well, that almost went wrong.
Yeah, he's a little out of sorts, isn't he, at the moment? He's not settled down well at all.
Not at all. This is his first time appearing on the TV table.
What, like ever?
On this TV table. 4-1 now in favor of Hohmann, but it'll be Aranas breaking. See if we can get you updated on Chang Junlin and Marco Teucher. Here we are. So Teucher at the table. Is he gonna? Oh, he's only got a few balls left.
Well, can he get through the gap? He must be able to. What has gone on here in this match? He's made it. Where's the cue ball going to finish here?
You can just tell, Carl, by the way he's walking around the table, his whole body language, he is just jacked up and zoned in. And well, he should be. This is shaping up to be a big upset here at the US Open.
Yeah, I'm sure the other big boys, when news comes in that Chang Junlin is out of the tournament, it's kind of big news, and he's done it. He's won 11-9.
Marco Teucher lives for yet another round here at the US Open. And Chang Junlin is out. So congratulations to Marco Teucher. He'll have to get ready to play another match. He's going to have a few more. There you see James Aranas' path to this point on this loser side match here at the US Open.
Slightly overdrawn the cue ball, so now he's going to have to travel a bit with his cue ball to get on the 5. Needs to miss the 9 ball, and he has done, so it's a nice shot. Back in prime position.
Well, just as we thought the match was getting away from him, just like that, he's back in it. Carl, the pace he plays at, this could, he has the ability to close the gap very quickly.
Yeah, we've picked a good match to commentate on here, Ted, haven't we?
Well, Well, surely now he is settled down and settled in here on the TV table. It's not easy. Come out here and know you're being watched by perhaps millions around the world. And of course, the young man really wants to showcase his stuff. He's got a bright future. He's one of the top young Filipino pool players. And there you see the route he took. He won his first match, but then lost his second. So he's won 4 straight from the loser side to stay alive. So it's wall-to-wall pool at the very highest levels all day today. And we hope you're enjoying this live and free stream on the US Open 9-Ball Championship Facebook page. Now that one has ended up in a funny position. That's a dry break, actually. So it'll be Hohmann at the table.
Yeah, this is a tricky spot he's in here. I don't think he can play across bank because one ball's touching the rail, so that makes it more difficult. The one ball's just off the rail, that shot's sometimes on. If he can avoid the double kiss, that's what he's tried, but he's double kissed, and the cue ball, well, he has been very, very fortunate here, it has to be said. So, Lady Luck on Thorsten's side at the moment.
Well, unfortunately for him, he's left that on for Thorsten. Wang Can up 8-3 over Siming Chen. Well, David Alcady has come back on Matusz Shinagotsky. That score is Shinagotsky 9-8 at the moment. And Kurabayashi has overtaken Ralph Suquet, but it's a tight one. Japanese leading the great German Ralph Suquet 8-7.
That was well judged there from Thorsten. Didn't have a lot of room for error.
Very delicate shot there.
What kind of angles he got, because the orange 5 ball is up top of the table, so he needs to be low on this. I think he's all right because he's coming round here. That always gives the game away a little bit. On day 3, Europeans are coming thick and fast, it has to be said, through this losers round number 6. A lot of Europeans winning their matches and leading, and with Mosconi Cup points up for grabs, as well as this title. It's a huge, huge day.
We have to be impressed, Carl, with Joshua Filler's 11-3 win over Alexander Kazakis. Filler, the current world 9-ball champion, and just a player of surreal talent who hasn't even reached the pinnacle of that talent. I think Filler has what it takes to win this event.
Yeah, without doubt. And can Filler do the double? The US Open and the World 9-ball Championships.
Okay, so Marco Teutcher, he just defeated Chang Jun Lin in a big upset here on the loser side of the bracket. And let's have a few words with...
and you're now two wins away from being into the last 16. Things are getting serious now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, I just focus on myself. I just want to enjoy it, and I just want to keep focusing and try my best, and that's everything what you can do, actually.
And this match going on right now on table one, you know the two of them. What's their game like? Do you think they're in form from what you've seen so far in the tournament?
Yeah, definitely. They're both great players. I mean, like, I know James from the money matches that he play in the States, so he's playing a lot of games these days. So yeah, they're both great players, and will be definitely a good match.
Yeah, well, let's get back to that match then. We better let you go, Marco, because you are up at 3 o'clock. So good luck for that one, and well done so far. Back to Carl Boys and Ted Lerner.
Thanks, man.
Break from Thorsten Hohmann with the 5-2 lead. So that's what brought James Aranas to the table here with a shot on the one. So as we head towards the final 16, which will start tomorrow, and that's the knockout stage. Unfortunately, it's no longer going to be free on Facebook, except in countries where this event is not being broadcast on regular television. But it will be seen in over 100 countries around the world, so hopefully you'll be able to catch it, because it is going to be special. A lot of pressure and drama. And if you want to know what it's like to play under that kind of pressure, just ask my colleague here, Carl Box Office Boys. Send him a message. Ask him what it's like.
So Thorsten Hohmann, he's back at the table. Just these 5 balls remaining to get his healthy lead back.
Carl, when you went to the finals in 2015, is it true you hadn't been playing much before that?
Not really, no. But I've never really been sort of player that went to loads of events. Sort of like we said before, Thorsten always seems to be at a tournament, doesn't he?
He's at every tournament.
Yeah, I sort of dipped in and out, went missing for a few months, and was never really a big practicer because of where I live. No one really plays the game, and I always found it a bit lonely, and at times I felt I was depressed with the game, and you know, I weren't in the right country, and you know, like Neil's fine, I know he practices on his own a lot, but I just didn't enjoy it. I always enjoyed being around people, and I used to love when I went to the event practicing with people at the tournaments and stuff.
That makes it 6-2 now in favor of Thorsten. Very nicely done. So how did you manage to catch fire if you really hadn't been out on the circuit like, you know, a lot of these guys? And that's what we normally think of a player who makes a run at a tournament like the US Open, that you have to have been out there doing your thing week in and week out.
Well, I think you can kind of play your way into a pool tournament, mate. I think, you know, you can come here. There's obviously guys going to come here with loads of confidence because they've been doing well in previous events, or, you know, Dennis Hatch said himself he's had a year off. He's hardly been playing, and he's in the winners' qualification round. Certain players can probably get away with it a little more than others. Some people have to practice like crazy. Others kind of find the game easier than other players. So I was one of them where I could always play my way into a tournament.
And there you see 3 wins and then a loss to Koping Chung, 11-10. And that brought Thorsten over to the loser side of the bracket, where he now leads 6-2 over James Aranas. Still going to have to be a few more matches for Thorsten if he wants to, if he gets by this one, if he wants to reach the final 16.
So it's another dry break. So the last 2 or 3 breaks have kind of gone missing. So James is back at the table.
Yeah, you know, Dennis Hatch will be playing Shane Van Boning. He is a prohibitive underdog in that match. But again, when you come in without the pressure, like Dennis Hatch, and like you say, you play your way into the tournament, anything is possible.
Yeah, Dennis has got a high gear in this game. And when we say somebody's got a high gear, they can really go on one in a match and run a lot of racks off in kind of no time at all. And I'm not so sure Thorsten will be playing this shot. No, gives it straight back. Let's have a look what James is going to do here. He's kicking off the bottom rail. Well, I feel like that's a bit of a... It's kind of half of a hit and hope. Something you'd do, Ted, on a Friday night.
Even on a Thursday night. It's always hit and hope.
But it's worked out well this time for James, because I think he's hooked the hitman. Quick update, Simeng Chen is 9-4 down against Wang Kan. Is her run about to come to an end on the left side of the draw in round 6?
And Snagatsky on the hill against Al-Kaidi. 10-8 now.
Yeah, Ralph Suke's trailing 9-7 to Toro Kurabayashi from Japan. Oh, it's a nice shot. Where's the cue ball going though? It's dry, and does the 2 past the 9. It's a good thin pot there.
Oh, that's well done. Screwing the ball back after the pot, in position for the red 3. And this is a pivotal rack here, as Thorsten eyes number 7 on his scorecard, which would put him in sight of the Magic number of 11 to continue on here at the US Open.
Yeah, there's 4 Filipinos in round 6, and 2 have already been disposed of. Johan Chua and Denis Orcolo are out, and of course James Aranas is 6-2 down, but Jeffrey Ignacio leads Qing Shunyang 6-3, so he's flying the flag in round 6. The Filipinos dropping like flies, Ted. And this is why, because of poor safety shots. Just Jeffrey De Luna in the winners qualification round. So after this round, there could just be 2 Filipinos left, Ted.
Well, Alex Pagulayan in the winner's side. He is a Filipino, but has lived in Canada for last 25 years or a little more.
Well, should we give him the Filipino tag or Canadian?
Well, he's listed under the Canadian flag.
Well, we'll say 3 then, just so it looks better for the Philippines.
Jim White's is happy about that, so Thorsten misses that 3 right there. Did he get away with it? Maybe. Nope, James Aranas can see that. This is a lovely effort right there.
Yeah, that'll work. Nice shot there from James.
Well, this could be just in the nick of time, because 7-2 going to be difficult to come back from, but 6-3, it's a big difference.
Also, just Imran Majid left, flying the flag for
Imran,
English players.
the Maharaja.
He's in the winners qualification, so he'll get 2 lives regardless. The only English player left in this year's US Open.
Shocker, that is. What happened to you guys? You guys used to dominate pool.
Wow.
Look out. That is.
What is James
That
done?
is not good.
Oh, wow.
He might.
Oh, so much going on there. How's this ball stayed up? Look at this. Wow, look at that camera angle. Looks like half the ball's over the slate.
Extension called.
Yeah, Ted, you're right. English players used to dominate many events, or used to have a lot of players playing, but we're all slowly retiring, and unfortunately there's no one coming through from England. Well, James Aranas is having an absolute shocker on centre court today, it has to be said.
Well, he should have by now had it at 6-3. So should he lose this rack, this could get quite demoralizing for the youngster. That was well done from Thorsten. And Wang Can now on the hill, 10-4 over Siming Chen. So it looks like Siming's run here at the US Open will be coming to an end shortly. Thorsten Hohmann motoring along. 7-2 now for Hohmann, 2-time world 9-ball champion, world straight pool champion, And there you see Wang Can, very good player from China. Spends a lot of time in the United States, traveling around, playing in tournaments, money games.
There she is, Siming Chen. Fantastic run, it has to be said.
Well, the Chinese contingent doing good so far. Wu Cha-ching, two-time world champion, still in it on the winner's side. Lu Haitao, still in it on the winner's side. And you have Wang Can here, who looks to be going through. This would be a loser side match.
Yeah, she's not happy with that one. Back to the feature match, the hitman. Yeah, the break's kind of gone missing a little bit in this match, to be fair. So there's definitely a skill to this break shot. You have to hit the correct point on the one. That was a little fat. You could see cue ball did not come across to the side rail, and the one ball went high of left centre. So there's definitely a skill to this break shot. Of course, we're using the AccuRack this year. That's sure to get all your balls touching, Ted.
Is that right? It's great, Carl. Just thanks for that one. When the balls are touching, everybody is happy in the pool world.
Well, there was a man that's not happy, James Aranas. It's all going wrong.
Yeah, this is getting away from him quickly. And you just know that Thorsten Hohmann feeding off of the travails of the young Filipino. Matusz Nagacki of Poland takes down David Alcady. Alcady out of the U.S. Open. Nagacki moves on. Ivo Arts, another solid player from the Netherlands, still alive, leading 8-6 over Cheng Chi Lu of Taiwan in a loser side match. Jeffrey Ignacio 8-3 up on Yang Ching-shun.
Tyler Steyer is through to the next round, disposing of Chris Alexander. Chris from New Jersey. He's had a pretty good tournament, to be fair. Nice guy. I spoke to him a few times on this trip. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Round 6 of the US Open. No mean feat, Ted.
Siming Chen there, staving off defeat for the moment.
Well, this matchup here has all gone Hohmann's way. He's not had much to do. James has given plenty of opportunities, and he just keeps mopping up the mistakes. Ted, there's a player we've not spoke much about from the losers. Hu Dang Jin from China. He's still going. Tremendous cue action, that guy. Tremendous.
Yeah, he's known as Dang Jinghu. Dang is his family name. But great player, member of the Chinese national team. Hohmann now up to 8 in total control here. James Aranas, it's, well, it's been a nightmare for him on his TV table debut. And this is a nightmare for Siming Chen as she scratches off the break.
Yeah, she was unlucky there. Cue ball gets kicked all the way up the rail. You see that a fair bit, don't you, in this game? And what a bad time for that to happen. Wang Kan, ball in hand. 7 balls all in the open. You would think that's going to be her last shot in this year's championships.
Toru Kurebayashi and Ralph Suke trading blows on one of our outside tables, 9-8 in favor of Toru. Shevchuk 8-5 over Kenichi Uchigaki of Japan. And Ignacio has it up to 9-3 over Yang Qingshun.
So Thorsten swaps over on the break shot. But story of the match comes up dry. He's had a lot of dry breaks in this match.
And still leading.
And he's leading 8-2. That just shows you how much James has not been at the races in this match. But he's got a good chance now. All the balls are sitting pretty, so come on, James, let's find something. Story of the match so far, Ted.
Wow. He got lucky.
Yeah, he got lucky, but it's still worrying times for James. Clearly not feeling good out there.
Remember, the loser of this match out of the event, the winner moves on. I believe we'll still need 2 more matches to make it to the final 16. If you'd like to follow along with the live scoring on Facebook, check out Q Score, C-U-E, Q Score,
Extension called.
where we have our live scoring actually streaming. We had it on the Q Score website earlier, but we had some technical issues, so we've managed to get it up on the Q Score Facebook page.
No, it's not frozen. It's okay.
Well, Thorsten just weighs up this kick shot, Ted. Look at the players that have gone out in round 6. Kazakis out, Appleton out, Katchi out, Orkolo out, Chang Zhonglin out. Johan Chua has gone. Corey Jewell, Alcade. Any one of them guys could have snapped this tournament off. That just shows you. Now what's going on here? Wang Kan balling out, and Chen Siming still going strong in that match.
Hello there. Hey, it's a winner breaks format. She's certainly capable of putting some packages together, as we like to say. That would be something if Siming could come back. She has just gotten raves from everybody who just really admire her talent and her skill level. Superb fundamentals. Ralphie Suke's tied it up at 9 with Kuribayashi.
Yeah, this is a match James will want to forget about, won't it? I mean, so Thorsten has left some distance. This is not an easy pot when you are having a bit of a mare. Come on, James, let's find something. And he's made the 6. So that was a nice shot. And surely he's going to win this rack.
Nice crowd over there watching Chen Siming and Wang Can. She really attracts a lot of attention. So James Aranas gets one back. 8-3 now. He'll be breaking in the next rack.
There you go. 10-6. And she's got a good chance in this rack as well, Ted. So, all she can do is keep trying to win rack at a time and keep the pressure on Wang Can.
Well, perhaps Wang Can is feeling the pressure because when we were over here at this table about 10 minutes ago, it looked like he was about to run out. He had a very seemingly open table. Next thing you know, we come back and it's Siming Chen who won the rack. So is it at that point in the match where the front runner is starting to feel like it could all go to waste? It can happen, especially in a winner breaks format.
So James, can you put a few racks together just to give your opponent something to think about? Nice break off though, loads of spin. Tease this one ball up nicely. So that's going to work.
Well, from our vantage point, we can also check out Chen Siming, and she is still at the table. And every moment she's at the table is just a little bit more pressure on Wang Can.
Ralph Suke's tied 9-9. He's playing Toro Kuribayashi from Japan, so we'll That's now a best of 3 over there. Yeah, Aranas not quite on this 2-ball great, so this is a thin one to left centre. Needs to avoid the scratch on the middle, so he's going to have to get into this cue ball well. And he's done that. Nice positional shot too, so this could be another rack, Teddy.
Well, this would be 2 in a row for James.
And Chen Ximeng has won another rack.
It's 10-7. Can James Aranas keep it up? He spent most of the match looking quite uncomfortable, but the last 2 racks he has settled in. And now it's 8-4 in favor of Hohmann. So Ralph Souquet now on the hill, 10-9. Ralphie boy coming back.
And there we go, back to the Wan Can Chen Ximeng match, 10-7. Maybe they're on a little timeout there. I think Wan Can is just coming back into the arena, so
Chen's going to
Chen's break
here.
Let's see what Chen can do on the break. If she wins this next rack, it's all to play for over there. What a break.
Yeah, big break shot she's got.
Ball going. Oh, it's okay, but she's hooked on the 2. So that's a shame. So Wan Can's going to get to the table over there.
Chang Chi Lu of Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, has come back and now leads the Netherlands Evo Arts 9-8. Jeffrey Ignacio up 9-4 on Yang Ching Shun.
So James with a fantastic break again. These balls are sat looking good. So this is a small charge from the blonde Filipino.
It's a package coming.
That's what he needed. He was 8-2 down, don't forget. So this is a thin pot on the 2. You feel like this is the big shot in the rack. Needs the cue ball to slow down though. He's going to be faced with another thin cunt shot on the red 3. 6 balls sat in a nice position though, so you can just focus on pocketing the ball. We're just looking over, me and Teddy. Wan Can's at the table, but we're not sure how easy it is.
Well, he is missed as Wang Can and Chen Siming back at the table. So that match far from over. And right here, James Aranas making a nice run. This would be a break and run and put him just 3 behind. Now, if he has found the measure of the break, this could change this match very quickly.
Yeah, this is what he needed to do. He needs to keep Thorsten glued to his chair.
So 8-5, 3 in a row for the young Filipino. And here we go.
Yeah, Wang Kang's in a tricky spot here. He's hooked on the pink 4.
He's going to jump.
So he's jumping over the orange 5 and the green 6.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Good news for Chen Siming. He's not on this 5 ball. So even though he made the 4, there's still a bit of life left in this shot. He'll be feeling it. She was 10-4 or 10-5 down in this match, don't forget.
Yeah, it was making a nice comeback.
Yeah, let's... Oh, wow. What a way to finish. He's played a combo, but he's played it at 100 mile an hour. Kind of a bit of a whack shot. That is heartbreaking. What a way to lose.
So Wang Can is through. He will play yet again on the loser side, still alive in the US Open 9-ball championship, while Siming Chen is out. Well, what an impression that young lady made here in this year's event. Just rave reviews all around. She's a total pro and supremely talented.
So back to the action. A 1-rail kick gives James a thin cut at this 2 ball.
Well, this is a precarious shot. But, he seems to like to take these kind of shots on. He's quite a daring player. Oh, yeah.
Well, James Aranas has come alive in this match.
He certainly has. That's a terrific shot. Played with confidence. Well, this just goes to show that you're never out of it in a winner breaks format. He was down 8-2 and we were writing him off, and probably rightly so, because he just didn't seem like he was really in it. Almost resigned to the fact that he was going to lose, but he has found a gear, come alive. He's figured out the break, which is the important part.
Yeah, Ted, this is why, in my opinion, winner break format is the best format.
Well, it is. It's you know, I know the players like it because it gives you a chance to come back. The fans like it because it's exciting. It's exciting to watch players string racks together, and at the same time knowing that their opponent could do the same to them if they allow them back at the table. This is a well-played rack from James Aranas, and this 9-ball will put him 2 behind and still shooting.
Yeah, the problem with alternate break, if you find yourself 8-2 down in alternate break format, you may as well unscrew your cue. But in a winner break format, you can keep your opponent to the chair, and just winning 3 or 4 racks like James has done, that's going to give the hitman Thorsten something to think about next time he's at the table, because he was 8-2 up and it's now 8-6.
And we are coming to you from the Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas. Ralph Suke is through. He defeats Toru Kurabayashi of Japan 11-9. So the Hall of Famer Ralph Suke still lives to play another day. He'll be playing in a little while. Shnagotsky 11-8 over Al-Qaedi, still alive. Jeffrey Ignacio with a thumping win over Yang Ching-chun of Taiwan, 11-4.
And I'll tell you what, he's been unlucky there. He was on the 2-ball, and he might have to push out into a full-length jump, because where do you push to? There isn't really a place where he can push to. So you might see him pushing near the pocket to leave a full-length jump shot.
And we are getting ready now for our winner side matches. So we will be finding out the makeup of our final 16, because the winners of those winner side matches will end up in our final 16. So those on the winner side have to win 1 more to reach the final 16.
Yeah, next up on the centre court TV table is the defending champion, Jason Eagle Eye Shaw. And he's playing Finland's Petri Mäkinen. That will be a breaking masterclass from both players. Petri, he hits them about 50 miles an hour.
Well, Petri's game has definitely been on the rise in the last year and a half, but he's going to have his work cut out for him, as Jason Shaw is zeroing in on that title and will settle for nothing less. So Thorsten gives it back, and it'll be up to Aranas to see what he can do here.
Where's the 2-ball going?
It's going in the pocket.
Wow, what a turnaround we've got here. He played a push shot into the jump, and he's fluked it 3 rails. Look at this, misses all the balls. The cue ball misses all the balls, and he's absolutely in A1 position on the 3. What a turnaround this will be. He was 8-2 down, and he was making mistakes every rack. And now he's found a gear, and he's put a package together, Ted.
That's right. 4 in a row. This would be 5 in a row. Well, that is part of 9-ball. Sometimes you have to get lucky.
Obviously, Thorsten could have played the jump shot himself, decided it wasn't for him, so he gave the shot back.
So Chang-Chi Liu 10-9 now over Evo Arts, managing to come back. still quite a number of Taiwanese left in the field. I think they are going to have the most amount of players of any country in the final 16.
What about the two brothers still in the winners qualification
The
round?
Ko
Ted?
brothers.
The Ko brothers.
Ko Pin Yi, the two-time world champion, and his younger brother, Ko Ping Chung. And look at this, a 5-pack.
What about that for a final? The two brothers. That's a story.
Thank you.
Well, to be honest, I've seen them play in a semi-final at the World 10-Ball Championship, and it was kind of a letdown. I mean, anytime you get that kind of final, I mean, it would be an interesting story to show how the Ko brothers dominate pool, and they are some of the best players in pool, but may not make for the best final.
There you see the crowd filling up nicely here on Judgment Day. It's 3 o'clock here in Las Vegas. Who is going to make the final 16?
And how about these matches coming up on the winner side, with the winner getting a spot in the final 16? It'll be Ko Pin Yi taking on Spain's young Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. The Philippines, Jeffrey De Luna, the lone Filipino in the winner's side, battling Lu Haitao of China. Alex Pagulayan, also on the winner's side from Canada, will be taking on Ko Ping Chun.
Ted, look at this. He's got another opportunity. The balls are sat all there. Thorsten Hohmann. I can't remember the last shot he played in this match.
I mean, we were counting out James Aranas, and I know you're not supposed to do that in winner breaks pool, but he just didn't seem like he was very, mentally into the match, the first half of the match.
Yeah, but this is what can happen, you see. Every pool player in this room will have done this before. Once you get on that roll, and you put a package together, you just don't feel like you're ever going to miss. And he played a nice positional shot there to get on the 3, but he's played a shocker. What a shocker. He's got himself right back in the match. He can land anywhere in the middle of the table, and he bumps the 9. Wow. He's going to need a good kick shot, this one, to keep this run going. Oh, he'll be furious with himself there. Them balls were begging. Could have been going 8-8.
Extension called.
Still at the table though, Ted.
Can he kick at it? He can come from the bottom and kick at it. Can he kick the other way? I don't think. Can he see that, Carl, from the other side, the top side? Because Filipinos are known to be great kickers of the ball.
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? He's tried to pocket it in the corner and he's made it. James, he's putting on an exhibition.
Well, there you go.
Wow. What is Thorsten Hohmann thinking? I'm sure he's been in this position before. But I'm sure he wasn't expecting this. And look, you can see he's cueing free flowing now.
Oh, yes. Look at this shot. The kick shot. This is a Filipino special for you right here.
This will be 6 racks on the trot. We are going 8-8, folks.
Wow, what a time to put a 6-pack on. Thorsten Hohmann down 8-2 and then makes it 8-all, and he will be breaking for the lead. Incredible stuff here. James Aranas, 26 years old, from the Philippines, the latest, newest hot shot from the Philippine Islands.
Well, he's done what he can. He's kept himself alive in that match. As we go over to the brother of Ko Ping Yi, Ko Ping Chung's playing the Lion, Alex Pagulayan. Just starting that matchup. So winner's qualification. So the winner of that match will be advancing straight into the final 16, single elimination. That starts tomorrow, folks.
These Ko brothers are so talented. So much knowledge of the game. You know, there's even a younger brother from Ko Ping Chung.
Oh,
There's
really?
another one coming through the ranks.
He plays?
He plays.
Do we know how old he is?
He was in the, not sure, but he was in the World 9-Ball Championship this year in
Wow.
Qatar.
I'm glad I'm sat next to you, Ted. I won't like to be out there facing them three.
Yeah.
I'll rather put up with your dry humour all week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's easy to do. So James Aranas now. Boy, he's like soft breaking.
And the one ball is coming round. Surely James Aranas can't run the set out. Fair enough. Thorsten could have come back to the table on that jump shot. I can see why he let James shoot it. He fluked the two, and it's kept this break going, hasn't it?
Would you consider that soft breaking? It kind of looks like it is. He just punches it a little bit.
Yeah, but there's a skill to it, because in order for that to work, you have to really juice the cue ball up with loads of spin. If you don't get enough spin on it, you can't squeeze the wing ball in. But look at the layout. Unbelievable. And he is just playing like this is a practice session now. Ted, can you remember the last shot Thorsten played? I haven't got a clue.
It was over 30 minutes ago. He has been parked in his chair. The only thing he's thankful for is that Matchroom provides very comfortable chairs to sit in.
Yeah, and he looks like he's aged about 15 years in this match. It's all going on here on Judgment Day. Day 3 of the 2019 US Open 9-Ball Championships. We promised things like this was going to happen.
Boy, if James Aranas can win this match in this fashion, straight through all the way to the end, what that would do for his confidence moving forward. Because, you know, he battled back from a severe lack of confidence. He was just not comfortable early on, and he looked like he had given up. But he started to put a few together, and he started to believe that it was possible. And now, from 8-2 down, he leads it 9-8. That is 7 straight racks in which Thorsten Hohmann has not had a single shot.
Cheng Che-Lu beats Evo Hart's 11-10. That match went hill-hill, so another Taiwanese player advances to the next round. Joshua Filler takes the first rack in his match over Albin Ocean. Them two met in the recent World Pool Masters, and it was Ocean who got the victory there. So the Lion Pagulayan is playing a bank shot on this 8 in the first rack. Let's see how he gets on. Well, he's not. He's played safe, so the 8 ball must have been a little bit higher than it looked. So, can James Aranas keep this run going? He was 8-2 down. He now leads 9-8. He has won 7 racks on the spin. Now the cue ball's got kicked. And of course, he's on the 1 ball. He's got action.
Boy, he's lucky that 1 ball ran into the cue ball. That's what set up this shot. He's pulling out the bridge.
Yeah, there's a lot of danger in this shot because he can't roll this in, so the cue ball is coming down towards the table. And if he plays it with right hand spin and hits just above the middle pocket, then the 8 ball's coming into play. So can he hold this, or he's tried to hold it? It needs to keep going. I think he's on this, you know. If he is, that is a brilliant shot. You could see the 1 ball only just fell in. He didn't have a lot of room for error there. Well, our overhead camera looks like he can pot this.
Extension called.
If he's just off straight, he can draw back down towards the bottom rail off. It's kind of where his hand is, I think. So cue ball's coming straight back anywhere where his hand is. There you see. Cue ball needs to slow down. This looks good. So he's on it in the middle or the top. He will play this into the top left. Ted, these balls are sat perfect. You know what has gone on in this match? We do see this kind of thing usually on an outside table. Very unusual to see it on the match table. This is history in the making.
How about Marco Teucher picking up where he left off against Chang Junlin? He's up 2-0 on Dang Jinhu.
Ted, about 30 minutes ago, did you believe we would be in this situation now?
No. There was no sign, no inkling that James Aranas would catch a gear like this. He was having a shocker of an afternoon here at the Mandalay Bay.
Needs the cue ball to run. He's landed short on this 8, you know. This is thinner than it looks. Good news is the 9 ball's in a position where he can just focus on the pot. But he's a good foot short of where he wanted to be. So will Thorsten get back to the table in this rack? He won't. He's made it and he's judged it superbly. James Aranas is about to go on the hill. 8-2 down. He wins 8 racks on the spin.
This young man is showing some skills. 10-8 now. 8 racks in a row. We call that an 8-pack. And Thorsten Hohmann has been stuck in his chair for over 30 minutes and hasn't even played a shot.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if the crowd know what's going on here. I'd like to have heard a few more screams and shouts, not just clapping.
Well, when you walk into the arena, that's what happens.
Oh yeah, and the ladies faint, Ted.
Faint. And the men are shout because you owe money.
We're having fun here on day 3. What is Thorsten Hohmann thinking there? Wow.
And we'd like to welcome all our fans watching around the world. This is live and it's free. And we hope you're enjoying the action as much as we are enjoying it, bringing it to you. This has been a really fascinating match here because Thorsten Hohmann from Germany, the 3-time world champion, was up 8-2, cruising. James Aranas has made 8 racks in a row.
The 5 ball has come to the rescue. Unless James Aranas comes with an exhibition shot, Thorsten should get back to the table. Hey Ted, I can see Marcus Shamat doing the rounds, the European Mosconi Cup captain. He's in Vegas. He'll be checking up on his European players, keeping his beady eye on them.
So the push out. I think Thorsten wants to shoot it.
So this is an unfamiliar sight. Thorsten Hohmann at the table.
Well, he gives it up. Didn't like what he was presented with.
Yeah, the loser of this match will be out of the tournament. Tomorrow we start the last 16 live on Sky Sports in the UK, and also you can catch it live on DAZN in the US. You can just sign up with DAZN, and it's very cheap to sign up, so you get your money's worth there. So James Aranas plays a poor safety, and Thorsten was 8-2 up. He gets back to the table at 10-8 down.
You got to figure, Carl, you would have experience with this. When you're sitting there that long, what happens to the arm?
Well, I mean, it's not so much the arm that he's going to struggle with. It's probably, you've got to try and get it out your head, the fact that you was 8-2 up, loving life, thinking you're in the next round, everything's going your way, your opponent was having a shocker, and then you've just sat and watched him put a package together, and now he's on the hill and you've got to win the last three. But if this had been the type of match where the racks had gone back and forth, Thorsten would still be thinking, well, you know, I'm still in this match. So you've got to try and think like that, because obviously if he wins this rack, he's breaking and he's only one behind. So it's all mental side of the game now. This is between the ears. Will Thorsten Hohmann get a loud cheer from the crowd?
Thorsten Hohmann gets one back.
Yeah, we get our first woo from the crowd at long last.
Back of his own.
Well, this will be quite fitting just to get a break and run to go hill hill. That's all we want. We want hill hill action.
Ten to 9 now in favor of James Aranas. So Thorsten Hohmann must play perfect pool here. Cannot afford any mistakes. It's all riding on the line here. The winner continues on today in the double elimination brackets on the loser side, with still a chance to get into the final 16. Of course, the loser is gone. And there you see Koping Chun in the distance. He is playing Alex Pagulayan. Nice crowd on hand here at the US Open 9-ball championship in Las Vegas. So Thorsten Hohmann now.
Thorsten trails 10-9. He's breaking.
Oh, he just missed the one ball going down. Oh, that is,
Oh, wow.
that is tragic. Look at watch the one ball. Oh, just barely. And now the one is on, and it appears he does have an angle to bring it up table for the two.
Has he landed behind the 9?
Yes, it looks like he may have. Oh, he got lucky.
Yeah, pace helped him there.
Well, that dry break by Thorsten, that is similar to several other racks earlier in the match. He's had a bit of a struggle with the break shot. But really, the story of the match is this young man right here, 26-year-old James Aranas from the Philippines, was down 8-2 and strung together 8 straight racks without letting Thorsten Hohmann out of his chair.
Ted, I think it's fair to say, if he puts these 5 balls, it's been the performance of the championship so far.
Let's not forget, early on in that run from James Aranas, he had a little bit of luck. He fluked in the 2 ball in a different pocket than he was shooting at, and that allowed him to continue his run.
Extension called.
Yeah, he's just landed a little straight on this 6, so he's just looking if he leaves the cue ball in that vicinity, can he chop this 7 ball in? Now, he could draw back for the 7 in the other corner, bottom right corner, but the reason why he doesn't want to do that is because tension in the back arm, very difficult to screw back and land in an area. So he's tried that. He's landed a little bit shy, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, this is a tester, though, considering circumstances.
Yeah, 8 ball will pass the 9 in the same pocket, so he's got choice of pockets here. So rule number 1, pot the 7.
Oh no,
and he's missed the 7. We have drama.
Missed it. Looked like he hit it at a good speed, Carl. It just bobbled in the jaws.
This is why we love this game.
Well, we are should be heading to a hill thriller.
This is why many of the top pros over recent years have been calling out for tighter pockets, because misses in the game creates drama. 20 years ago, when they were playing on 5-inch pockets, that ball would have fell and James would have been through. But we want drama, Ted.
3 balls away from moving on in the US Open, and by maybe a ½ millimeter, he misses the 7 ball. Thorsten Hohmann will be breaking for the win. What a turn of events. You know, you're in time to win the US Open.
Well, it's a fair point, but what I will say is James Aranas has had his chance to win this match.
Now,
sometimes you don't get a chance, Ted.
Both players have called a timeout and headed to the men's room.
This, folks, is what 9-ball pool is about. High-class drama as we watch the Lion at the table trailing 2-1 to Ko Ping Chung.
Some other scores for you. Joshua Filler up 3-1 on Albin Aushin. Niels Feijen looking to add the US Open to his illustrious resume, leading 3-0 on Singapore's Aloysius Yap. Fellow Dutchman Marco Teutcher 3-1 up on Dang Jinghu. And Tyler Steyer continues to impress. He's up 2-0 on Roman Hubler. And it's been a good day for Mieszko Fortunski of Poland. He now leads Ralph Souquet 2-0.
And don't forget, folks, coming right after this match, defending champion Jason Shaw will be playing Petri Mäkinen from Finland. There's not like a timeout, is there, Ted, at 10-10?
Interesting time to take a timeout. Maybe Thorsten really had to go, but generally when you're on the comeback like that, you don't want to break the vibe and the rhythm in the arena.
So the Lion is about to square this match up.
So the players are returning to our TV table arena. The balls are already racked. So it'll be Thorsten Hohmann. It's 10 apiece. The winner of this rack will continue on in
Final
the
rack.
US Open 9-ball
Thorsten Hohmann to
championship. And the loser is out. How about a little high five between Thorsten and James? And the crowd loves it. So here we go.
Yeah, the crowd have got right into this match. This is what they like. We all love Hill drama. Ted, we might just have the best seat in the house.
We
Whereas
certainly do.
The 8-ball spoiled the party. It looked like he was going to have a shot on the 1-ball, but of course, he was never going to. In Hill, wouldn't he have loved to just have an easy shot on the 1? Where do you push to? This is a very difficult push. Obviously, he can't push and leave a pot because it would be game over. So he's
Okay,
got to.
Carl, what do you you're out there. What are you thinking in terms of the push?
I'm thinking, why did that 8-ball have to land there? That's what
After that, you got to get over that. Okay, what's next?
Well, that took me about 3 minutes to get over. So, is he looking at playing a jump?
Push out called.
And not a bad option would be playing the. Could he play 2-ball off 2 rails and try and lock it in behind the 9, then leave a kick shot on the 1? Then at least you've got a bit of security later on in the rack. If that's achievable, maybe not a bad option. He's pulling to a full jump here, you know, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous. I'm guessing he's pulled to a full jump.
But isn't the 8-ball also in the way?
No, I'm guessing not, because where do you kick safe? He must be able to pot this full ball. Now, yeah, he's getting his jump cue, so what he's going to try and do here is he going to try and play full length jump and draw the cue ball back past the 8 and the 7?
Well, he goes with the jump cue.
Players can pull this shot off, jumping over the ball and drawing back.
Extension called.
In order to do this, you have to use the full length of the jump cue. So, as you can see, Thorsten, that's a full length jump cue there. Watch the cue ball, he's trying to draw this back.
Shot.
And he's hit the 8, Ted. So you called the 8-ball was close, but I'm sure he could have potted that. I didn't really like the push out. It was a very, very dangerous push out, to be honest.
So you think he could have actually potted that 1? Because it looked from, you know, where we're standing here that the 8 was in the way.
No, I know that, but why would he push to leave an edge of the 1-ball? I know what you're saying. From up where we're stood, it looked tight, but I do believe he was trying to draw the cue ball back, and I think what's happened is he's put a bit of right-hand spin on it, so the cue ball has swerved a little bit and hit the edge of the 8, but it was the push shot. I think he could have pushed over to the right-hand side of the table and just leave half of the 1-ball sticking out, but it is what it is. It's Hill, and it's your decision at the end of the day. Who are we to question the hitman?
That's correct. And it is now time for James Aranas to hold his nerve. It
Yep.
may look easy and he may look calm, but I can tell you he is surely burning up inside.
This is the only shot you would think it can go wrong, because if he gets perfect on the 7, getting on the 8 will be fairly easy. So he needs to make sure he doesn't land short on this 7. So he's got to make sure he comes out. This looks pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty good. So he's going to use 2 rails here. He's just going to pop this 7 and hit halfway up on the left-hand side rail. Or is he going to try and dig into it? No, yeah.
Oh.
The 7 ball rattled. It did rattle, but the angle it was coming in at.
He holds his heart.
Yeah, on the TV table where it's all brand new, them balls will slide in a club table. That might have stayed up, but he's done it. He was 8-2 down, don't forget. Thorsten had a chance in the last rack. Decided to play a push jump, but it's not to be, Ted.
James Aranas with a spectacular win over the 3-time world champion Thorsten Hohmann. 11-10, coming back from 8-2 down and then surviving a hill thriller at 10 apiece. At 11-10 now, he moves on